Hey, what's up? This is High Tier Normie Saga. So I wanted to talk about women and their overall dislike for men. So I'm going to go back to the biological here. They say that, men are afraid that women are going to laugh at them, and women are afraid that men are going to do something a lot more devious than that to them. And, I think evolutionarily that's certainly true. Obviously, for it to be safe for women, men have to have a very, very socially conditioned, strong preference for women, essentially. Men pretty much tend to like women more than they like other men, because nobody likes a guy who's a bully. No man likes, necessarily having to work with a new other man and have to risk him being aggressive or being a bully or something like that. And I totally get that. And so there's some reasonableness behind this phenomenon, to be honest with you. So yeah, men don't exactly love men as a concept, and women certainly do not, because all the factors that make men wary of other men, they make women even more wary of other men. And that's kind of just the way it has to be. And even when men, sort of cuck ourselves and become, we erase all of our natural aggression and go-getterness and hardworkingness and just, savagery that is in us to a certain extent, even when we do that, we're still viewed with a lot of suspicion. And just beyond evolutionarily, even just right now, because the potential for men using our physical strength to take advantage of women, that's obviously always there. And you can't socially condition every man. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to apologize for the creepy men who do have those intentions, because they're not my fault. I'm just born as a man. They're born as a man. That's really all we really have in common. And, whatever they do, throw them under the bus for that if they're doing horrible things, obviously. But, this generalized fear that women have for men of just being vulnerable, it spills over into so many factors of life. I've never really seen a debate or a argument between a man and a woman in public, whether they know each other or whether they don't. Now, this could be a political debate. This could be a disagreement in the workplace about who was supposed to do what, who was supposed to take credit for what, who was supposed to be there at what time, who dropped the ball. Any argument like that, the women are all going to crowd around the woman, and they're going to go, even if she's completely in the wrong, and they're going to go, oh my gosh, are you okay? Yeah, it's not okay for him to talk to you like that. It's just not. Even if he was being super polite and she was being super going nuclear on him, it's still going to be like that from the women. Hey, my dog was doing something bad. Okay, but it's still going to be like that from the women to that woman in that situation. And, at a certain point, the men are going to go, hey, ease up on her, man. Let it go. I know, but just let it go, because they don't want to, they have that instinct too. It's just a damsel in distress thing. Everybody knows, a woman can really complain about a man for any reason, and it is going to be taken super seriously by nearly everybody. And a man, if he's complaining about a woman, men don't do that very much. And even if they do, they're just going to get, told off. It's just going to be like, hey, what are you talking about? I remember this time when I was in college, I was walking through by the cafeteria area, and this crazy girl she wasn't really crazy, but there was this entitled girl, I guess, and she was just gesticulating wildly with a Starbucks in her hand. And she and I try to walk out of her way, give her such a wide berth, but she's just not paying attention. She wanders back and she just swings her arm right into my chest, and her whole coffee just explodes all over my clothes. And she looks at me like I'm the bad guy. And literally these two guys walk up because she looks at me like, oh, you made me spill my drink. I wanted that drink, and she just stands there with her mouth open looking violated. And literally 2 guys come over and they're like, hey man, buy her a new drink right now. Buy her a new drink. And I'm like, shut your ass up, dude. She spilled that on me through her negligence. And everybody was just dumbstruck. The entire cafeteria is just staring at me like I just attacked her. And I was like, are you guys serious? Like, I literally think I said, like, you guys have no idea what happened. She just crashed into me and her coffee spilled. I'm sorry that happened, but it was really her fault, to be honest with you. And I just walked away. And the guys were consoling her, like literally like rubbing her shoulder, like, it's okay, we'll buy you a new coffee. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, oh my God, this is such a sick spectacle. Feel so damn persecuted right now, homie. And I went to class and I forgot about it until just now. But so that kind of thing is the result of this thing where women are going to take women's side hard. Men are going to automatically take women's side too. And it really comes down to the fact that women are afraid of men. Women don't like men. Like, how often do women say the word men in a positive way? It's got to be like a redneck woman, or maybe like a more ghetto woman, or like someone who really, I guess, craves like a toxic masculinity in a sense, who really, wants to see like badassery from men, quote unquote toxic masculinity. I'm not buying into that trait. I'm just saying that's what is the common parlance. So like women who want like a aggressive ass man, they're going to be like, oh, men are this, men are that. But like, they still don't look at men through rose-colored glasses, let's be honest. They just might say the occasional positive thing if they're from like an honor culture where men are kind of venerated, at least by other men. But when it comes to women, generally when women say the word men or man, it's like as an epithet, like it was a man, and men are doing this. It's usually an epithet, and it's usually said with like an eye roll, like, men, they can't focus, they can't multitask, they can't do anything right. You gotta hold their hand, they're like children, he's not even the breadwinner, blah, blah, blah. So like, typically it's gonna be one of those two things, like, oh, it was a man, like he's a criminal, or it's gonna be like, men, like they're just, dumb dogs who can't even think. No offense to my dog. Hey, what's up, bro? But women are just born to not like men. Women are born to support each other and to coddle each other and to commiserate with each other after every little supposed trauma. She didn't get her way. Oh my God, are you okay? That's not okay the way he was talking to you. That's not okay the way he didn't do the dishes. That's not okay for him to just like walk away from the argument like that, etc. It's sort of like white flight versus gentrification, right? Like if you move out of an area, you're committing white flight, which is horrible, apparently. If you move into an area, you're committing gentrification. And I assume if you just are born there and you don't even move, you're just barricading yourself in and not, interacting with your neighbors of color or something like this. It's very similar with like, a guy in an argument with a girl, oh, he walked away from you. What a coward. He didn't even he can't process his emotions. He can't even communicate. And, if you were to actually like have the conversation straight up and not just apologize only, they would be like, oh, it's not okay for him to just corner you like that and confront you. The way men move, the way men look, the way our faces look, the way our testosteronic features look, women just don't like it, unless they specifically want to bang you as an individual. Otherwise it's just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I don't want that scary energy around me. And on one level, I get it, but like a lot of other evolutionary processes and biases, it's very exaggerated, For like the 1 out of a million times that hating men protects a woman from assault, there's 900,999 other times when she should have just trusted.